What if the thing that made you different was something the world couldn't understand? What if your eyes saw the world 10 times slower than everyone else? Not as a superpower, but a neurological condition. Welcome to the world of Yeo Jang-boo, a man trapped in slow motion. For years, he's been invisible, rejected, and mocked for seeing life differently. But through the lens of a CCTV camera, he finds not just purpose, but a second chance at love. This is the bittersweet, hilarious, and surprisingly heartwarming journey of Slow Video, a 2014 South Korean gem that blends comedy, romance, and a subtle dash of heroism. Stick with me till the end. You might just fall in love with the world in slow motion too. After discovering his unique ability to perceive events in slow motion, Jang-boo's life takes a dramatic turn. He grows up feeling like an outsider until he secures a job at a CCTV monitoring center. While his colleagues focus on their screens, Miss Shim, another employee, is busy gossiping with a coworker. Suddenly, her monitor reveals a man on a motorcycle who resembles a wanted thief. This criminal is known to have an accomplice, and soon enough, another man approaches him. Moments later, they snatch a woman's handbag. Miss Shim quickly informs their team leader, who relays the information to the police about the suspect's location. As the monitoring team tracks the thieves, they lose sight of them. But Jang-boo, with his special ability, manages to pinpoint their location, leading to their capture. While the team celebrates, Jang-boo remains silent, causing his colleague Byung-soo and their team leader to look at him curiously. Flashback to Jang-boo's childhood. During a relay race at an elementary school sports festival, he runs swiftly toward Sumi, the girl he has a crush on, but unexpectedly loses his balance and is taken to the doctor. After several tests, he is diagnosed with a rare eye condition called dynamic visual acuity, which allows him to see fast-moving objects in slow motion, but also causes dizziness, making it difficult for him to participate in sports. Dr. Seok, his ophthalmologist, advises him to wear sunglasses at all times while his condition is monitored. Eventually, Jang-boo's father leaves to work far away in hopes of earning money for Jang-boo's treatment. Despite the challenges, Jang-boo finds solace in his ability to see details, which inspires him to pursue art and drawing. However, he faces bullying from other kids who mock him for his glasses, believing he has alien eyes. Fortunately, Sumi remains by his side, encouraging him and appreciating his artwork. Unfortunately, her friendship with Jang-boo leads to her being bullied as well, causing her to distance herself from him, leaving Jang-boo feeling isolated. In an attempt to damage his eyesight, Jang-boo watches television excessively, captivated by dramas featuring charismatic leading men who teach him how to interact with others. However, he has no one to practice these skills with. Over the course of a year, he only leaves the house twice for eye checkups, and his life becomes even more dismal when he loses his father in a workplace accident. The only person he knows is Dr. Seok, who persistently encourages him to experience the outside world. Eventually, Jang-boo heeds the doctor's advice and starts working at the CCTV monitoring center. This job feels like watching an unscripted drama, where everyone is the star of their own life. While observing various people, he notices a young boy pushing a cart uphill and a man playing baseball alone, which stirs a desire in him to connect with them, though he fears rejection. One evening, while Byung-soo and the team leader are on a bench, Byung-soo proudly claims to be Jang-boo's friend, despite his quirks, promising to look out for him at work. Intrigued by Jang-boo, Byung-soo tries to engage him in conversation, even when Jang-boo often ignores him. He also observes Jang-boo's peculiar habit of counting the steps people take and sketching the streets. One day, Jang-boo finally speaks to Byung-soo, asking where he usually goes. Byung-soo doesn't answer, but instead examines Jang-boo's sketches and inquires about his girlfriend. This question prompts Jang-boo to remember someone special. He leans closer to the screen and sees a girl hurriedly exiting her house, causing him to stand up abruptly. Later, he rides his bike to catch a glimpse of her from a distance, realizing it is Sumi, his childhood friend and crush. While eavesdropping on Sumi's conversation with a man who appears to be a debt collector, Jang-boo learns that she is struggling financially. He begins to watch her closely on the CCTV, following her movements and becoming increasingly attentive to her needs. The next morning, he visits the places she frequents, finding joy in observing her life. He encounters Baek-gu, the boy with the cart, and Sang-man, the solitary baseball player, but struggles to communicate with them, leading to misunderstandings. One night, Sumi discovers a couch near a coffee shop, unaware that Jang-boo is responsible for placing it there. She sits down to rest her feet and enjoys the view of the shop. The following day, she heads to an audition after her part-time job, but is not selected due to her mature appearance and limited talent. Meanwhile, Jang-boo tries to convince Byung-soo to help him deliver an umbrella to Sumi. They brave the rain, but when Jang-boo approaches her, she walks away, put off by his awkwardness. After this failed attempt, Jang-boo visits Dr. Seok, who suggests he give flowers to Sumi. That evening, Jang-boo's mother gives him a haircut in preparation. The next day, Sumi is late for her audition and, in desperation, sings in the street to impress the casting director. However, when she receives no response, she stops and turns away. Just then, Jang-boo saves her from an oncoming bus, hands her the flowers and tells her it's spring because she is there, making her smile briefly before she becomes rude again. Before leaving, Jang-boo calls out her name, prompting her to correct him, stating her full name is Oh Sumi. The next morning, Jang-boo's mother wakes him for work, but he refuses to go, claiming it will worsen his eyesight. Later, he decides to take a walk and runs into Sumi, who asks him to carry her things home. Before entering her house, she inquires about Bong-sumi, to which Jang-boo admits he likes her. At work, Jang-boo tells Byung-soo he plans to quit, but his decision changes when he sees Sumi on the screen, inspiring him to draw again. That night, while celebrating her audition success, Sumi spots Jang-boo and he gives her a box of ramen, joining her to help practice her lines. When she challenges him to show his talent, he impressively catches the spoon she throws, drawing the attention of other diners. As Jang-boo continues to observe Sumi, he notices many alleys are not covered by CCTV, prompting him to sketch these areas and count the steps needed to navigate them. Byung-soo grows increasingly curious about Jang-boo's obsession with counting steps, but cannot figure out why he does it. One night while walking home, Sumi encounters Jang-boo, who reveals he works at the CCTV center, where he watches people live their lives. Sumi mentions the person who placed the couch near the coffee shop, and Jang-boo feels a surge of happiness, thinking she might know it was him. However, his joy fades when she admits to liking a wealthy guy from the coffee shop, dreaming of the adventures he could take her on. The next day, feeling disheartened, Jang-boo decides to stop pursuing her. Yet when he sees her waving at the CCTV, he becomes hopeful again and plans a trip to the ocean with her. Jang-boo asks Byung-soo, their team leader, and Dr. Seok if they have a car. Meanwhile, Sumi resigns from her job at the minimart, only to be confronted by a persistent debt collector. When she cannot pay him, he begins to insult her. Just as he is about to hit her, Jang-boo and Byung-soo intervene, helping her escape. Following this incident, Jang-boo and Sumi grow closer, and he learns of her desire to visit the ocean. He recalls Sang-man, who drives a bus, and persuades him to take them on the trip. After some initial reluctance, Sang-man agrees, and with Byung-soo, they pick up Sumi at a bus stop, surprising her with the destination. However, their plans are thwarted when they are stopped by local authorities who prevent the bus from entering another district. After a chaotic negotiation, they return home, with Baek-gu expressing disappointment over the failed trip. Later, Jang-boo helps Baek-gu push his father up a hill, showing his kindness. One day, while monitoring the CCTV, Jang-boo sees Sumi disappear from the screen during a report of a kidnapping. He rushes to find her, determined to ensure her safety, despite his struggles with balance. When he arrives, he discovers she was only playing a prank on him. Sumi then asks if he has feelings for her, even if she isn't the same person he remembers. After he admits his feelings, she approaches him, removes his sunglasses, wraps a scarf around his neck, and kisses him. Afterward, Jang-boo and Byung-soo take Sumi home, and she invites them in for tea. Wanting to be alone with her, Jang-boo tells Byung-soo to go ahead. However, when Sumi goes upstairs, she finds a wounded debt collector waiting for her with 3 other men. Meanwhile, Jang-boo struggles to navigate the stairs with his deteriorating vision. As the men ransack Sumi's house, she tries to fight back but is overpowered. Once the men leave, Jang-boo and Sumi sit outside, where she apologizes for lying about her identity and for distancing herself from him. She admits to keeping his drawings of her. Jang-boo remains silent and leaves her home feeling dejected. The next day, during his checkup with Dr. Seok, he is advised not to overexert his eyes. Concurrently, Sumi goes to an ATM, revealing she has sold her house to pay off debts and is resigning from her job. At the monitoring center, Miss Shim spots a suspicious white car linked to a kidnapping case and alerts the team leader. They begin tracking the vehicle but soon lose it. Concerned for Sumi's safety, Jang-boo becomes anxious when she disappears from the CCTV. Ignoring the team leader's protests, he rides his bike to search for her. Byung-soo, worried about Jang-boo, calls Sang-man for assistance. Meanwhile, Sumi walks with her eyes closed, only to be confronted by an unknown man when she opens them. Jang-boo, still searching for Sumi, collides with a car's side mirror and falls. Byung-soo watches him through the CCTV until he decides to leave to help. When the team leader expresses anger, he defends Jang-boo, explaining that the young man cannot see. At that moment, Sumi is threatened by the kidnapper, who demands her compliance. Despite his impaired vision, Jang-boo eventually finds Sumi and the kidnapper, running toward them. Sumi manages to escape, saving Jang-boo from an oncoming truck. After ensuring they are both safe, the police arrive to take Sumi for protection. Byung-soo comforts Jang-boo and helps him return to work. Later, Jang-boo's mother rushes to the monitoring center to pick him up. As they walk home, he reassures her that he is prepared for whatever comes next. Knowing his eyesight will soon fail, he has memorized the alleys to navigate independently. Eventually, Sumi moves out of her house while Jang-boo remains confined to his room. As seasons change, Jang-boo and Sumi lose contact. One day, Sumi waves at the CCTV again, retracing her steps to the couch, where she spots Jang-boo in a coffee shop. When he exits, she waves at him, only to be shocked to see he is now blind. She silently follows him until they reach an art exhibit featuring his work, all inspired by her. Despite his blindness, Jang-boo has painted her from memory. One day, while out for a walk, he suddenly stops and turns around, sensing Sumi's presence. When he asks where she wants to go next, she is surprised to learn he knows she is following him. Jang-boo explains he can smell flowers that remind him of spring. He then reaches out his hand, asking for hers, and Sumi eagerly runs to embrace him. The kidnapper from the earlier incident faces a grim fate when Sang-man uses his bus to corner the criminal's vehicle. With Baek-goo's help, they manage to hold the kidnapper in place. When the kidnapper brandishes a knife, Baek-goo calls his father for assistance. His intimidating father yells at the kidnapper, causing him to feel threatened. Soon after, the police arrive and successfully apprehend the offender. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this.